The rest of these are going to be going in the back here along the deck. Yes, I said along the deck. They're not going in the garden anymore, and I'll explain why again in a little bit. Hi guys, welcome back to Sam's Life with a Husky. You may notice I am just a little bit of a disaster. I mowed the lawn today and weed whacked, and there's probably grass in my hair. I'm a disaster, but it's fine because I wanted to make sure I recorded this. I have some energy left over, and these sunflowers need to go in the ground. They are not completely pot bound, but they are getting close. 2 weeks ago today, I restarted sunflowers because the slugs decimated the sunflowers in the garden, which was actually a blessing in disguise, but we will get to that towards the end. We are planting some sunflowers out into the front yard. Everything came up. I had to redo some of the giants, but those seeds were 5 years old. So I'm not surprised that I had poor germination rate on them. So I'm going to give them another week or so for them to get a little bit more established. Maybe just 3 or 4 days to get more established in the pots because they took longer to come up. The giants, if you're wondering, get 15 feet tall. And I did 6 of them. So far, 5 have come up. So I'm happy with that, but I do want them to get a little stronger. So we are taking currently 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 sunflowers out into the front yard to plant them because it is time to plant some sunflowers. I am going to be, you'll notice here, I'm going to pick one of these guys up and hope that he's okay. So you'll see here, there's that dark section and then a light section. They are a little leggy. I don't know why they are leggy. They might not be because they're sunflowers and they do get 6 feet tall, but they look leggy to me. They've been outside the entire time, so there's no reason why they should be leggy. They weren't in the shade. They had 8 hours of sunshine. Like, no reason why they should be leggy, but they do look leggy. So what I was saying is I researched that you can actually, just like tomatoes, bury the stalk of your sunflower just a little bit, and it will help give it strength. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bury these probably about an inch deeper than the little pods that they're sitting in currently, and we're going to go put these in the ground. The rest of these are going to be going in the back here along the deck. Yes, I said along the deck. They're not going in the garden anymore, and I'll explain why again in a little bit. So let's take these sunflowers to the front yard so we can have some beautiful sunflowers in the late summer. I have faith. I believe this will work. Worst case scenario, they come up into September and they'll last longer because I actually use my sunflowers for part of my Halloween decorating. So worst case scenario. Well, unfortunately, it has been several days because I was so tired after I got these into the ground. I didn't even want to record, but we are back at it with the sunflowers. So I put 6 in each bed. So our garden in our front yard, we have a bed on one side of the stairs and then a bed on the other side of the stairs. And I put 6 over here. So we have one there. We have one there. It's technically 2. There. Right there. And they've been in the ground for 2.5-ish days. And we've had a severe thunderstorm since then. And they're doing great. There's one there and here. And an invasive morning glory, which we have to pull out. If you guys don't know, when you are planting morning glories, please be sure to put it in a spot where you know they will be controlled, because this is where they started. They go up. They are beautiful flowers, but they take over. And they are on the deck of the front porch that we have to keep pulling out. And they're just everywhere. And mind you, this is where they started. They are now down in that bed. We have found them over there. They're just everywhere. But anyways, back to sunflowers. Our beautiful, I'm pretty sure that's a dahlia. But that we have one sunflower here, one there, and there, and here. Ooh, you look like you got eaten. Yeah, you got eaten by something. Not sure what it was, but you're doing okay. You're still surviving. We got one over here. Now, mind you, I still have giants that need to come out here. Oh, the roses are starting to bloom. Woohoo! Mind you, we do have the 15-footers that need to be put out here still. These are all like 4 to 7-footers. The giants that I'm talking about, they are 15-footers. Okay, very quickly, because I want to start working, because I have energy, so we're going to get this done. As you can see from behind me right here, we still have approximately 14 sunflowers that need to go on the ground, and they are going right here. I am putting sunflowers all around the deck because of the fact that it's not going into my garden. If you guys remember, my original plan was actually to have sunflowers in my garden this year because the pollinators love sunflowers. Come to find out, sunflowers release something through their roots that actually inhibits vegetables from growing. I've heard it's specifically onions and I think peppers. I'll have to do my research and I'll make another video on it. But it does inhibit the growth of vegetables. So I am no longer putting sunflowers in my garden. I'll keep it with marigolds and zinnias and other things that have no problems with being in my garden because I've struggled enough with my garden this year. So they're gonna go like 6 feet that way, which is plenty of room away from the garden, and we can still enjoy our sunflowers because I'm determined to have as many sunflowers as possible this year. My inner gardener is really coming out this year, guys, and I'm trying to embrace it. I'm enjoying my time outside in the garden, and I'm going to keep doing it. So what we are doing, let me show you approximately. On the ground here, we are starting from here, and we are going all the way around the deck here. And I'm going to come out approximately about a foot to foot and a half, and then we are going to line it with the logs. Now I have this little tent cover back here, and we have logs in here, easy to access, that I am going to use as the trim, I guess, or garden bed liner of our garden. They're easy to get to, they're gonna look nice, and that's what I'm gonna use to line the garden bed. So I'm doing about a foot and a half from the garden in order to lay these down, and that will outline our garden. So that is what we are doing. I'm going to throw you guys on a time lapse. It is very humid outside. I have shade over here currently, so I'm going to take advantage of said shade and get this done because those sunflowers need to go on the ground. It will not take me long. I just need to get up the grass, lay down the logs, soften up the soil just a little bit, just to unblock it, and then we will be good to go to put these in the ground. well. I am successfully a disaster. I have ruined a shirt. It is 95% humidity out here today, and it's about 85-ish. It's 80. My watch says 82. I'm dripping, sweating, watering the new area with my sweat. So we have done the first phase of getting this ready, and I'm gonna take a break because it is noon. I've been at this for an hour and a half ish. I stopped twice to drink some water because I'm losing all of said water that I've taken in. And I'm gonna go in and get some food, and then we're gonna come out here and do some more. All right, guys, I have eaten some food. Delicious turkey sandwich with some spicy chipotle cheddar with a bunch of strawberries. It was really good. Now we are actually chasing the storms because we are actually under a thunderstorm watch until 7 p.m. tonight. So I do have to keep an eye out for thunderstorms, but we're going to get as much of this done as possible because I really want to get this done today because they really need to go in the ground. So there she is, guys. All planted. And I did, in fact, just come up with another idea. These are planted about 15 inches apart. Most of the packets, except for one, said 12 to 15 inches apart. So that's just what I did. I did have to separate a couple down towards here to get all the way down, but we did it. and I feel accomplished. But I do have one more idea, which involves me having to drive somewhere, and it does not feel complete. It is majorly complete. And I did put one giant down at the end, at the very corner. So we will have at least one giant back here. So I'm going to run to my destination real quick and see what I can do to make this last part of my idea come to fruition. All right, guys, I did it. I spent $21. I went to a local farmer. He starts all these himself. I got, I think there's 24 marigolds, and I got 2 of these. Here I have one, it's like a pinkish red, it's a variegated, and then I got a purple. Those are gonna go next to the jumbo, whereas the marigolds are gonna go in between everything else. So let's get these planted, because we are officially, I don't know if you can tell, let me step out here. We are officially running out of time. Those are storm clouds. So let's get these in the ground, get everything a quick fertilize to get them, the roots settled in the ground, and then we'll be done. I'm throwing you on one last time lapse, and then we're gonna be all done. I'm so excited. My mom doesn't know about this part. She just knows about the sunflowers. That's all she knows about. I did not get to give her her garden for Mother's Day. This will be for their anniversary. Well, I did it just in the nick of time, because I don't know if you guys have seen in the time lapse, it has gotten progressively darker out here, and I am now sitting on the ground. Finished, finally. The only thing I have to do is throw some fertilizer in here, and I'm going to sprinkle what coffee grounds I have, which isn't a lot, into this bed as well, to try and deter the slugs, because I do have marigolds over here now. I was not planning on getting marigolds, but they were the cheapest flower that the farm stand had, and it was also the only flower that the farm stand had that is not poisonous to dogs, to my knowledge. A couple of the ones that I wanted to get, they were actually succulents, and I looked it up, and they are toxic. So because we're in the backyard, I could not get those. But I mean, once these get established, they are going to fill out the bed, and it's going to be amazing. If you guys have watched this far, I just want to say thank you for joining me in this hot and humid building a flower bed garden day that we are having. Oh, I hear it. I hear thunder showers. Or not showers, but I hear thunder. Yeah, I'm really glad I got these. Next year, I think I'm going to do something similar, but instead of a triple marigold at either end, I'm going to do one of these at either end. Sorry, one of these. And go from there. I do have some Johnny Jump Up seeds that I might put along the very edge, inside edge of the garden, but I'm not going to do that today. But seriously, guys, if you've watched this far, you are amazing, because I don't even know how long this video is. I had so much fun today. I made a flower bed in a day. Probably took me total, because it's about almost 4 o'clock right now. Total, it probably took me about 4 hours. I started at 10:30, but I took breaks for water to stay hydrated, and I had lunch. So probably about 3 to 4 hours, I got this done, and it's going to be amazing, and my mom's going to love it. She might not even see it until tomorrow, because she doesn't get home until 5, and it's going to be raining, and I still have, I think, 2 extra marigolds. I thought about clustering them in this corner here, but I'm not going to. So, if you guys have watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to try and get a picture of what I accomplished to make a thumbnail. Don't know if it's going to work or not. Thank you guys so much for watching. This made me so happy. Raindrop. We might not be fertilizing until first thing tomorrow morning, which is fine. This just isn't the best soil. It's never been made into a garden bed, so I wanted to fertilize it. But I can fertilize it first thing tomorrow morning before the sun comes up, and it'll be fine. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Build a garden bed. I feel so good right now. I'm gonna go shower and get this dirt off of me, which is probably not the safest thing to do right now because the thunder is rolling in. We'll see. I hope you guys have an amazing day. We'll see you in that next video.